I take your pain away. Some people talk about you like they know all about you. When you get down, they doubt you. And when you dip.
Welcome back. I'm Dayla.
I'm Chunda.
I'm Phil.
I'm Kurt.
And this is the truth.
The truth.
Okay, so today our subject is cohabitation. So before we start, let's define what cohabitation is.
All right, cohabitation is known as living together with your partner, not being married. AKA in the South, we call it shacking.
Shack
Up
up.
north, you call it living together. And in the Midwest, you call it playing house.
Playing house.
So either way you put it, you're not married, but you're living together and putting on the front that you are married and doing marital things. Cohabitation.
Right. So, let's see. Okay, so the question is, would you cohabitate?
I mean, yeah, I've done it before. You know what I'm saying? Because I say you need to know that woman, how she is, how she lives, you know, before you want to take that extra step as jumping the broom, you know, breaking the glass, whatever you want to call it. I say, yeah, shack up, play house with that woman. Because you never know. It's like test driving a car. You know what I'm saying? You might test drive a car. You be like, no, cuz, I don't want this, cuz, no, cuz, you know what I'm saying? But you might test drive something and be like, hey, I want this. So I say, do it. From Phil, grade 8, go ahead and do it, bro.
Kurt?
I do believe in cohabitation. Have I ever cohabitated? No, I'm not down with that cohabitation life. But for me, I do believe someone should cohabitate because I'm not even sure if I'm using that word properly. But you should test the product out before you buy it. Just like my man Phil said, you should know how she is. You should know how she wakes up in the morning. You should know how she cooks dinner. You should know she cleans the house. You should know how she does laundry. You should know what she does. Same thing for a woman to a man. You should know what he does in the morning. Does he leave the toilet seat up? Does he clean after himself? Does he make the bed? There are things that you should know about your spouse, about this person you're talking to before you you get married to them. The perfect time to find this thing out is to cohabitate with them. Do I cohabitate with people? No. I don't. But there is a way. These are things that you should do with people before you decide whether or not you want to forego the rest of your life with them.
Why do I always feel like I can tell you this? Pause. So how you gonna say you believe in something that you don't do?
That you don't do. Yeah, I was just gonna ask you
Like-
I was just gonna ask you that.
Because me personally, I'm at a point in my life, ladies, I'm going to be a bachelor to the day I die. I'm going to love you women individually.
So what you're
That's
saying?
it.
So what you're saying is you're gonna die alone.
I'm not going to die alone. I'm going to die with a girl on my arm. She just won't be married to me.
You're gonna die alone.
So right now, he hasn't gone to the point where he found a woman that he truly wants to just
I
be
haven't.
with. Period.
She's out
So
there.
he's not saying that he would never do it. He's just saying that one day, maybe, if she comes along. So me, personally, I have cohabitated. And I'm really on the fence with it. Because in a sense, you can find out how a person lives just by spending the night with them. You don't necessarily have to move in. Move in is really a choice. You choose to go ahead, move in, test the water, see how it's going to be, and decide whether or not this is what you continuously want to do. Me, personally, if I ever was to stop doing it, I wouldn't do it again. I would live on my own. I would just go spend the night on time. He gonna spend the night on time, and then we'll just work it out that way. Because of the simple fact that at the end of the day, you like your own space until you're ready for him, until he's ready to put that ring on your finger, then that's when you can decide, well, okay, let's find a house, let's get married, let's do this family thing. So I would never do it again, but I'm not against it either. So, Chunda.
Test drive it, will.
Ladies.
Here goes my personal opinion. I have somewhat cohabitated because I spent pretty much a month chilling out with a dude. So I consider that cohabitation. I would never do it again, and I do not advocate cohabitating at all. Let me give you some quick stats. Reason why 80% of people who cohabitate wind up marriages end in divorce. When you cohabitate, your marriages end in divorce at a quicker rate than people who don't cohabitate. Also, because my husband and I, we never cohabitated, and we have a great marriage. Did we have to work out some kinks in our first year? Yeah. He does not squeeze the toothpaste from the bottom. He goes right for the middle. That gets on my nerves. He doesn't do the toilet roll over. He likes to go under. That gets on my nerves. And he leaves cabinet doors open instead of shutting them immediately after usage. That gets on my nerves. However, I figured out things about him before we ever got married and cohabitated. I knew he was a clean person because every single time I went over to his house, his room and everything was neat and orderly. So that told me that no matter when I popped up, because I was never the side chick, I could just pop up. His room was always impeccably clean. He likes to cook. That never changed after we got married. He cooked for me when we were dating. I knew these things before we got married. And I feel that us not cohabitating made our marriage a lot stronger. I learned these things about him because we dated for an extended period of time. I feel that people cohabitate because they have not dated for an extended period of time. And instead of dating properly, they prefer to cohabitate. If you date someone for a 9-month to 2-year period, you will figure out whether or not that individual is clean. If I pop up at Kirk's house and we're dating and his toilet seat is up every single time I come, 9 times out of 10, bro don't believe in putting the toilet seat down.
I don't.
So
just ain't got no
why do
warning.
I have to shack with you?
to know this is not what I like. So that
Right.
goes back to what I'm thinking that you should learn a person before you decide to cohabitate, because not only that, you need to learn what you're willing to accept and what you're really not to accept. Because at the end of the day, what he doesn't do that you don't like, that's your pet peeve, and you can't get past it, you're not going to be together. So you need to know with everything you do, it's going to be some give and take.
And here goes my
What
other
you,
issue.
what you value more.
Here goes my other issue with cohabitation. You could possibly be putting the cart before the horse. So a relationship that could possibly work, you get what I'm saying? You could work out those kinks on the car that you test drove. It could have been a good car, but you test drove it one time and didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? You go back and test drive it again when you're not cohabitating. Then you might like it. You get what I'm saying? People ruin perfectly good relationships because they're cohabitating. And if you're cohabitating and playing house, you're more likely to have kids out of wedlock.
Yeah.
You're more likely to have more marital issues before you get married because you have all this built up tension getting into the relationship versus we're going to buy something together. We're going to build something together. We're going to be together. People don't like getting married because they say it's a piece of paper. Well, if it's a piece of paper, why don't you just get married? Why am I cohabitating with you? Why can't you marry me? If you like it, why don't you go and put a ring on it? Why am I playing your wife? Why don't you want me to be your wife? I'm just saying, guys. What you think?
I ain't
Hold
touching that.
up. Was it speechless? Was it speechless?
It was.
I was thoroughly mind stimulated by what you said.
I'm glad
I
you were.
completely understand everything you said. But
Oh, Lord.
I must say this. That word
Shacking.
up is necessary.
These guys
to
on
know.
my team?
You need to find out if she's necessary. You can't just be shacking up with anybody. You can't just be putting a ring on somebody that you've known for 4 or 5 years without living with them.
Hold up, pause. 4 or 5 years. Ladies, let me put my disclaimer in. If after 2.5 years he
You're
has
not
not
talking about marriage.
Thank you. He ain't marriage material, boo. 2.5 years is all he get. 5 years is after the 2.5 mark, and we've discussed marriage. So his answer, flag on the play.
I still think you
flag
need
on the
y'all need to
play.
chill out.
Way too long.
Y'all
Way
still
too
need to
long.
You
have
don't know if
some
you
time.
want this girl for 5 years.
5 years?
I mean, 5 years, I could go to her spot, she could come to my spot, and she could see how I am for a
Bruh.
24-hour period.
5 years.
I need to see how you are
5
on a
years.
7,
What's 365 times
24/7,
5?
365-day basis.
Philip?
I need to see exactly how you
I'm
feel
mad at
on a
math.
daily basis. You can't just tell me over the phone how much we
Shut
are
up.
into each other. I need to see how you
Shut
feel
up.
on a. Stop trying to add this stuff up in your head, bro.
Shut up.
All right, hold up.
You gotta
So
go
12
in.
times 3 is 36. 12 times 4 is 48. 12 times 5 is 78. You need 72 months?
I need 72 months of you shacking up with me to. Okay, maybe not 72 months. That sounded a lot, but I said it in my head.
Flag on the play.
Maybe half of 72
Flag.
months.
Flag.
I'm not saying this, lady.
That's 18.
Let me borrow it. Flag on the play.
I
Flag
need
on the
to
play.
know whether or not
No.
you need to be in my.
Flag on the
I just don't know. I just don't know.
Okay,
I
so
just don't know.
okay,
I
so
just don't know.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
I don't know,
72 months.
That's 1,825 days.
1,800
I'm not saying-
325 days.
That's a long
Girl,
I'm
he
not
was
saying-
advertising 2 videos ago. We know this is a no.
Ladies, I'm still out here though. I'm looking for the right one. I'm just looking for
You
the
just on my
Do
team, though.
it.
I'm just looking for the right
Feel
one.
me?
Okay.
Ain't
So,
nobody
as
perfect.
you have heard, we have two different, totally different point of views. We have guys that saying you should. We have girls that saying we have did it, but we wouldn't do it again. So, at the end of the day, it's still up to you whether you choose to do it. Make the right decision based on your needs, your wants, and what do you value more.
It's
Do you
your
value
life.
a long-term relationship, a healthy relationship, or do you value a short-term, possibly divorce relationship? It's your choice. This is the truth. Thank you for watching.
Whether you're high